Hello, everyone. Welcome to all of my returning viewers and to those of you that are new, welcome. I am so excited to have you here. My name is Christie Archer of Christie Archer Designs, and this is my mostly knitting podcast. So I hope that you enjoy this visit with me while we chat about knitty things, and that you will subscribe and click the bell so that you can come back and visit me again every time I put out a new podcast. So, sorry, I keep glancing down at my notes. I apologize. This was kind of I knew it was coming, but it took me a little bit longer to reach this point today to be able to podcast, and I don't want the lighting to get bad. And for my returning viewers, you may notice that my entry table is finally starting to come together a little bit at a time. So anyway, yes, I wanted to go over a couple of housekeeping notes real quick. For those of you that have been participating and reached this point today to be able to podcast, and I don't want the lighting to get bad. And for my returning viewers, you may notice that my entry table is finally starting to come together a little bit at a time. So anyway, yes, I wanted to go over a couple of housekeeping notes real quick. For those of you that have been participating in the Beat the Heat Cow, or for those of you that would like to join the Beat the Heat Cow, it ends August 30th, or the last day of August 31st? 30th or 31st, not sure. The last day of August. So if you have any summer knits, being a knit done out of any summer yarn, cotton, linen, etc., or a crochet project that you have done for summer, use the hashtag BeatTheHeatCow on Instagram and get your posts up before the last day of August, or by the last day of August. And on my next podcast, I will announce the winner of the Beat the Heat Cow. And thank you to all of those that have been participating. It has been fun for me to go on Instagram and chat with all of you about your beautiful makes. So that is the Beat the Heat Cow. Another quick update, my bags are on sale. My project bags are on sale on my website. Links to everything I talk about will be in the description box below. And it was brought to my attention that I never linked the podcasters that I talked about last podcast. I am going back and linking those. It has just been really busy, crazy for me. So I have not done that yet, but I am going to go back and link everyone, and I'll probably pop all of those links in today's podcast as well. So you don't have to go back and look for that podcast if you don't want to. And last bit of housekeeping, I am still looking for testers. If you would like to test any of my knitting patterns, I will put a link below where you can go and request to join my testing team, and I would love to have you. My patterns are now running sizes 30-inch to size 58-inch, and most of my patterns are written for about -2 inches to 0 inches of ease. And those measurements are the finished measurements. Those sizes are the finished measurements. So I would love to have you as a tester. If you know of anybody else that might be interested, please send them my way. I do have a new test that I just started today, and I will be sharing that project with you in just a second. So I think that is it for housekeeping. So we are going to jump right into FOs. And I did podcast 2 weeks ago, so I don't have a lot to show again, but I'm really excited about the things that I do have. So my first one is my blocked cardigan that is in testing. And again, I'm still looking for testers for this. So if you're interested, let me know. But I am so excited with the way this one has turned out. So this is done out of Knit Picks Comfy Fingering Yarn. Or you could use any fingering yarn that you can get gauge with. Gauge is 26 stitches per 4 inches. And it is a blocked style. As you can see, I've got the color parchment on top, white as my stripe, and then black for my sleeve. Sorry, there's something on it. I did a really wide cuff, and this is a fitted sleeve. It's not super tight, but it is fitted, and it has a construction where you cast on for the neck and you knit straight down. The only stitches you pick up are under the arms. There's just a few stitches. Sorry, of course, my nose starts itching the second I start doing this. Typical knitter thing, isn't it? So this is for right now, it is being named the blocked cardigan. I'm so sorry. This will not be the final name. I haven't come up with names. If any of you guys have suggestions for names, let me know. And I apologize, I do not have this one strand woven in yet because, look at all the dust on it. Because I finished this at night and I could not see the black to weave it in. So that I've still got to go back and weave that in, but it has been blocked and everything. And this is my blocked cardigan, and I am so happy with it. The neck on it is really neat. I'll pop a picture up here of it. The neck kind of comes up, and sorry, I'm trying to get it such that you can tell, and it just goes, so it kind of stands up on your neck a little bit and then goes straight down. And it has, depending on the ease you choose, as to how much of a gap you get, you can get anywhere from 0 to 2 inches of a gap. I chose 2 inches of negative ease, so I have a little bit of a gap in between, which is truly the way I intended it to be worn. But you could go with with 0 ease, and it would be more of a straight, and you could even go back and add a zipper if you wanted to. So that is my first FO to share, which I actually finished that one after the next one I'm getting to show you. The next project I am going to show you, you saw it as a whip last time, and it's done, and I'm so excited with it. This is, and I gave it a name. Last time it didn't have a name. This is called the Elegant Acorn. This has a bit of a mock neck. Moving into fall, I like having a little bit of a neck. So this has a mock neck, and it has neck shaping to the front and to the back. So the back stands up higher than the front, and then it is shaped so that it's not just straight across. And it is top down, and you do your increases. This is very similar to those of you that are not new here. This is very similar to my little sprout top and in construction. But I did the increases differently. I did right lifted and left lifted increases instead of yarn overs. And I did instead of a garter stitch in between the 2 knit stitches, it is a true purl stitch. So, and then there's no side detail because I designed, and I'm so excited about it, this acorn lace design. And I am so happy with the way it turned out. I love acorns. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you can tell, but that right there is an acorn. I love acorns. So I thought for fall This would be so great to layer with a cardigan, and the cute little acorn pattern is just so fall inspiring. And then I finished it with a 1x rib at the bottom. So that is my Elegant Acorn. I just started the testing for that today, or haven't started the testing. I just opened the testing call for this today, and I'm definitely looking for lots of great testers. You do not have to have a lot of experience. I'm not looking for, that is not a requirement, because I want to make sure that my patterns are written such that everybody can accomplish the design. The lace is written out round by round, and it is charted. And so yeah, that is this. Oh, this is knit out of Knit Picks CotLin yarn, and it is basically a DK weight. So you could use any DK weight yarn to test, that would be fine. This is a super fast knit. It can be done in 2 to 3 days, 4 days max. It just flies off the needles, as you can imagine. And obviously it doesn't take a lot of yarn either. All the details are on the sign up page. So if you are interested in testing the Elegant Acorn, please let me know. So that is FO number 2 and my last FO. I told you I didn't have a lot. I have been very busy with my kids with school and getting back into routine. It's taking us longer than what it would normally take us to do school. For those of you that don't know, I homeschool. So it's taking us a little bit to get back into routine. Once we get into routine, I'll have more knitting time, but I haven't had a lot of knitting time in the past 2 weeks. So those are my 2 FOs. The cardigan was started and completed in that time. The Elegant Acorn was finished in that time. In the past 2 weeks, I have done a little bit of knitting on 2 different whips, and I'm going to show you those now. This one is being housed in this gorgeous bag. I cannot remember if this is a Tula Pink fabric or not, but it's a gorgeous quilter's cotton that I just adore. So this, I have started my gift knitting. Has anyone else started gift knitting? Raise your hand. I have started gift knitting, and this is actually my first time basically ever doing gift knitting. I have done knits for other people, but not necessarily like holiday gift knitting. So this is my first year doing that. Fingers crossed that I am able to accomplish everything I set out to accomplish, because I would hate to not finish it all before time for everything to be shipped out in order to be received on time. So my eldest son is living in Chicago, and let's see, I think about a year or 2 years. I'm terrible. Anyway, he's newly married, and he is the stepfather of 2 amazing little girls. And so they live in Chicago, and needless to say, it's freezing in Chicago. Being here in Southern California, I cannot even begin to fathom the weather that they deal with there. So I know that they like to snuggle up and watch TV in the evenings. So I thought, back when I very first started knitting, I made myself and my daughter some copycats of the Veronica Cardigan, which is on, it's on RAVELRY. I don't know if it's available anywhere else, but I made myself one, and I made one for my daughter, and it's like this blanket cardigan, and I just loved that. I wore that so much. with all of my 10 million moves, I do not know what happened with it. So anyway, I decided to do the same thing for the two girls and for my son, my daughter-in-law. And for my son, I'm either going to knit him just a blanket, or I'm going to knit him, he's in the film industry, and a lot of the times up in Chicago during the wintertime, they're shooting outside. So I may make him some accessories to keep him bundled up and warm. But my very first project is for little Michaela, and this is the beginnings of her little Veronica Cardigan copycat. So I'm not using the actual pattern, but like I said, I made two others without the pattern. So anyway, this will be the front left, and basically what you do is you're knitting from side to side. So you knit, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. So you knit up one side, you keep knitting straight up all the way over to the other side, but you increase a bunch of stitches for the back, and it folds over, and so it just kind of, it's beautiful. I'll pop a picture of the one that I made for myself so that you can see what I'm talking about. But it's just like a big blanket, and I love it. And so my son said that Michaela really enjoys tie-dye right now, so I thought this would be a fun yarn for somebody who enjoys tie-dye. Look at all of those fun colors. I mean, Michaela's like 8, I believe. I haven't actually met them yet, which is terrible, I know, but with COVID and everything, we just haven't had the opportunity to meet since they got married. Okay, so this is the yarn that I'm using. I love this yarn. With Michaela being so young, and actually with Camila's as well, I'm going to be using acrylic yarn. For my daughter-in-law, I'm going to be using wool. But this is colorway Blossmopolis. Blossmopolis. And it's really soft. There is some squeaking going on with it, but an 8-year-old is not going to mind this at all. So that is my first holiday gift knitting project going. I hope to have that finished this week. We'll see how school goes with my other kiddos. And I just realized I forgot to talk about what I'm wearing. Let me tell you what I'm wearing real quick. This is my Spring Fling cardigan pattern. It has been released. It is available on my website and on Ravelry. This one I knit out of Knit Picks Comfy Fingering in parchment, color parchment, and clarity. And I love the comfy yarn. I haven't made anything out of the comfy worsted yet. I want to try that next. But again, being in Southern California in the desert, cotton is just so easy for me to wear year round. So that's what I'm wearing. On to whip number 2, and it is in my terrazzo bag. I think it's blowing out just a little bit. I apologize. Yeah, that's better on lighting. That's about the color. So this you guys have seen before, but I'm going to show you again because I've made progress. Last time you guys saw this, it had no sleeves, and this is my party of 5, which has not been released yet. My party of 8 has been released, which it has 8 stripes instead of 5. And it is written for short sleeves. I am going to go back and rewrite that one for short, 3/4, and long sleeves. In the meantime, this one has been done with long sleeves, and I have one sleeve done, yay! So hopefully my goal is tomorrow to do the other sleeve, because it takes me a day to do a sleeve. So tomorrow I would like to get the other sleeve finished on this, and then get back to work on Michaela's Veronica Cardigan. And so I do have a little bit of knitting lined up. I'm hoping that all of that will be done. This and Michaela's cardigan will both be done by Wednesday. So, sorry, I wanted to check my notes and make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, yes. So with those being done, hopefully by Wednesday, I am looking to do something that I desperately need, just a solid black cardigan. I am a huge wearer of all things black, and to think that I have not yet made just a basic solid black cardigan blows my mind. So I'm gonna do something along these lines with just solid black. I went ahead and dyed some up last night. This is 100% extra fine merino superwash. I normally prefer non-superwash, but I had some of this left over from where I used to dye yarn and thought I'm gonna use it. So this is going to be a black cardigan, so hopefully you guys will see that by my next podcast. Hopefully you guys will see this cardigan finished, because I really need it. I recently went out and bought a week's worth of black leggings, which used to be all I wore was black leggings. Sorry, I've got hair floating. And then I bought just a bunch of little tank tops, and I wear them with my black leggings, and I need a black cardigan to just have to go with my black leggings and a pop of color underneath, and I'm set for winter. So that is coming up really soon. And then hopefully by next podcast, I have some more Knit Picks Comfy Fingering in black and white. I'm gonna make sure that's called white, because that may be called Swan. White, okay, black and white. I am wanting to do either a pattern I've talked about quite a few times on the podcast, the duet pattern. I'll pop a picture of that up here. And if I do the duet, I may do it long sleeved, or I may do a black and white striped cardigan, another spring fling, because I know I'd get a lot of wear out of that. Or I may just do a black and white striped raglan top-down sweater. So something's gonna be done with these. I'm not sure what yet. And it is in my bumblebee bag. So that is it for future knitting. Sorry, my face isn't close enough to my... Do you guys notice there's no shaking of the camera? I got a new setup and I'm so excited. Previously, I had to get my I still am, I just don't do it anymore, but a professional photographer, and I had studio lights, and I would lug out my studio lights every time I had to do a podcast, set up all of my lights and umbrellas and soft boxes and all of that to get the best lighting. And I thought, this is crazy that I'm doing this every time I do a podcast. So I went on Amazon and bought a little ring light that holds my phone, and it has a stand. Life is so much better. So if any of you are interested, I'll pop a link to that down in the description box below, because, and this is, I don't get any money off of it. I was so hesitant because after using professional lights, I was really afraid that this ring light wouldn't work. And let me preface, or let me add this. I use an iPhone Plus, and I am having to tweak the lighting on the iPhone in order to get what you see here. So if I just shot regulars, I don't know different types of phones. I don't know if others have the ability to change your the amount of light that your camera on the phone sees, I guess. So anyway, I am having to adjust a little bit in order to get it fully lit, but I love it. It's so much easier than having to set up my professional lights every time. So yeah, I've covered everything. I do have, like I said, some gift knitting that I'm going to be doing this year. I talked about my son and his family. My mother, I'm going to be making her a solid colored spring fling cardigan. She just wants solid navy blue. My sister, hopefully she will not watch this. I don't think she does, but she and her husband they graduated from the University of Florida, and they are die-hard Gator fans. So I thought for them, I would do, for my sister, I'm going to do the blue and orange stripes cardigan for her, and then make her husband a scarf in the blue and orange stripes. So they're gonna get that, and then they have my little nephew, and I may make him either a pullover or a cardigan to match. I'm not quite sure yet. So I've got all of that. And then let's see, was there any other? Oh, my daughter, she's wanting me to make her another Veronica cardigan. So I will be making 4 Veronica cardigans, and there are a lot of stitches that goes into those things. Yeah, I think that's it for my gift knitting. So hopefully, like I said, I should be able to get all of that done before everything has to ship out. Fingers crossed. I like to get an early start, or I wanted to get an early start just in case something happened. And I'm not sure how much school is going to take out of my knitting time. I'm used to being able to knit. Words are hard. Pretty much all day long. So we changed things with school this year, and so it is eating into my knitting time, but I am okay with that. I am happy to do what it takes to give my kids the education they deserve. So what else is going on? I've done a little bit more decorating. I finally made a decision on my bedding, and it was supposed to arrive tomorrow, but there may be a slight delay in that, so it may be Tuesday before that comes in. I have my dresser picked out and keep trying to buy it, but it's out of stock every time I go. So, or go to order it online. And so I don't know how long I'm gonna be without a dresser, but I'm going crazy without a dresser. I am getting ready to repaint my dining room furniture, or have it repainted. I'm not painting it. It's brand new furniture. When I ordered it off of Amazon, and it said white, and it came in off-white. Everything in my house is white except for my living room furniture. So for now, it's okay, but I'm getting ready to redo the living room, and all of this is gonna be solid white in here. So we have a friend that has a sprayer, so he's going to spray the dining room table and chairs in white, and then I will be recovering the seats. My entry table behind, I am repainting it white. I may leave the top a darker color. It's stained right now in a black, but you can still see the wood grain through it a little bit. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna paint the whole thing white. I got some chalk paint to do that. My eldest and his family are coming for Thanksgiving, so excited. They're all, well, Michaela has not been vaccinated yet because she's too young, but as soon as she's able to, she's getting vaccinated. So yeah, it'll be we'll all be vaccinated, and it will be so nice to see everyone again, and meet these gorgeous girls in person for the first time. I have a frame that I bought a long time ago for the dining room. I'm going to paint that and have a piece of glass put in that. I'm trying to get all of this, these major things done before they get here. So again, if you're new here, we just moved into this house, and so I'm redecorating. So yeah, I'm sharing some of my decorating as I go through it here. I do still need to get some bar stools, just a few little things, and then I've got to do something here. I don't know what yet. I did finally get flowers. For those of you that have been here for a while, you remember I was waiting on these flowers to come in from the warehouse. They never got restocked, so I finally had to go out and find other flowers to mix in with, and it actually turned out really good. Still need to put something above the rocks. I think I'm gonna do some kind of moss or something, or I may add more rocks, I'm not sure, but the stems look a little leggy. So I wanted to do something in there. And then I did get that cute little acorn from Hobby Lobby. I love it. But yeah, I need to get something up there. They have a little sign at Hobby Lobby that says thankful. It's wooden and it's carved out in like a cursive. I think something like that there going under the mirror, and then some little decorative things to kind of fill in. I think that'll be cute. So yeah, and I just found that new lamp at Home Goods. And anyway, yeah, just a few little decorating things here and there. Are you guys getting ready for the holidays? Is this the first time you guys are going to be seeing family for the first time in a long time? I am really excited. I would love to be able to go back to Florida and see my family over there again this year, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens or not. We don't have tickets lined up or anything, which I know if it's gonna happen, I need to get tickets lined up sooner rather than later, because I am not making that drive. It took us a week to get here. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Still, did any of you guys, if you watched my last episode, have any of you tried Ted Lasso yet? And if you did, what did you think? I love that show. What am I reading? I'm currently at the very end. I have 3 chapters left of Little Women, and I have another book lined up that I'm getting ready to read. What is it, if I can remember? Oh, you know what? I bet. What was that called? I can't remember. I'll tell you guys next time. It sounded like it was going to be a really good book. Do you guys have any reading suggestions? And I guess that's it. This is a very short episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the short visit. I think I'm gonna go back to doing once a month videos. I know they're longer, but I feel like I'm not lost for things to talk about. Right now, I feel like I'm trying to find stuff to talk about, but I guess I've talked enough. So I will leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for visiting. I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of your visits. And please, if you have not already, please subscribe and be sure and click the bell icon so that when my episodes come out, you'll be the first to know, and you can come visit with me and let's talk knitting. Please leave any pattern suggestions you have down below. Let me know what you're working on, and if you have a favorite yarn. Anything that has to do with knitting, I want to hear it. So that's it for now, and I will see you guys again at the end of, let's see, we're August, so the end of September. I will see you guys the end of September, the last Sunday of the month. Thank you so much. Bye.